Okay, so you guys have heard me talk about the homeless industrial complex quite a bit. And, I just want to share an experience with you guys today that kind of reinforces everything that I've been saying about the homeless industrial complex, because so many people say, "Oh, well, we need to give money to the nonprofits. Those nonprofits, they're gonna help fix the situation. Give it to a homeless person, they're gonna go spend it all on drugs." Quite frankly, with the way that the money is dispersed and kind of how it really works, you would it would be more beneficial to just give it to the homeless person and let them go buy enough drugs to where they're no longer the problem. It's easier to do that, and not only is it easier, it's more cost effective to do that than it would be to sit there and actually offer real assistance. So anyways, I'm Friar Tuck. This is my epoch. If you like issues about homelessness and then kind of how it translates into prepping, this will be the channel for you. I try and release a video as often as possible, but I'm not really big on schedules just because I am constantly traveling. I am a nomad here. So anyways, I went down to the library today, and the library, they don't really care about enforcing the service dog rules, which is kind of weird because, when I'm finding out, and this is becoming more and more common, is that people enforce the rules they want on the people that they want. And so, if they're in a good mood, they decide they like you, well, we're not going to enforce the rules, but all of a sudden now, and we're going to pick and choose who we enforce them on and what rules we enforce. And this is exactly what I saw at the library there, which, it benefited me, so I'm not complaining about it, but it's something that I'm noticing, and this is playing across the board because I also went down to the what is it? It's like the waterfront homeless shelter that they have here, and they're supposed to have some decent services, and yes, they have plenty of good services here, but the thing is it's not really for people that will benefit from it. It's from people that they can harvest multiple times. Sorry guys, I'm under the weather with this constant fluctuation. It's making me very irritable, and I'm not really feeling well, and I'm just gonna have to get over it. But I went down to the shelter, and I said, okay, I know when I come in, I got to show you her registration. Here's her registration. She's registered on the federal system. And the guy just comes back and says, oh, well, I can't use that. We need to have a state certification. Why does that? Why? First of all, I'm a traveler. I don't stay in a state long enough, so it really doesn't do me any service or anything other than waste my time for me to do something that is going to be temporary. Doing it on the federal side allows me to be able to travel from state to state and to be recognized, because that's just my lifestyle is I travel. And so I'm like, okay, you guys got mail? They're like, yeah, we got mail. Oh, well, but because she's not state certified, you can't take a shower, you can't get food, you can't get any services here whatsoever. And I'm like, so because I have a dog, you guys aren't going to help me whatsoever, because you guys all of a sudden decided to add something that nowhere else in the state has decided to add, that you require a state certification. Again, I have not been required for that. Everybody has openly accepted the federal certification, because it's the same. The only difference is one has a state seal and one has a federal seal on it. Okay, and so now Sam and I I'm not able to get a shower or anything like that because these, they're picking and choosing who they want to help. And so therefore, I go down to the library and I'm like, okay, let me call some of the other shelters. Let me see what's going on. I find another shelter that has, it's called REAP, and they have some decent services. And I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and call them up and see what they can do for me, and the first thing, she stops me right there because I'm like, look, I've been a traveler, I'm looking, to settle down, and you guys have a good program. I would like to see if I can get into it. And she's like, oh, stop, we need to ask you some questions. Are you a drug addict? No. No. And have you been incarcerated? No. Or no, not have you been incarcerated. Did you just get out of jail? And I'm like, no, I didn't just get out of jail. Well, are you a veteran? I'm like, no, I didn't spend 180 days in Marine Corps. Oh, well, we can't help you. You're not a veteran. You're not a drug addict, and you didn't just get out of jail. So therefore, good luck. Our services aren't for you. And so it's like, okay, I don't have a drug problem. Apparently, I don't have a mental health problem, which I was convinced of it for so many years, until a certain set of events showed me that it had nothing to do with mental health. And yeah, I'm not going to get into that because that's a can of worms. And I'm still processing it and still kind of pissed off about it because it has negatively affected me my whole life because of having that stigma over me when it necessarily didn't need to, because if they would have done their job, they would have found out I had a different issue wrong with me. So it's just like, unless you are, one of those people. So if you don't have a drug problem, you don't have mental health issues, you're capable of going to work and paying taxes, they don't want to help you. But if you get a government check, if you get if you have an addiction or have anything like that, they're like, oh yeah, we'll help you, we'll bend over backwards. Why? Because they know that those people will be back in the system within a couple of years, and so therefore they get to collect on these individuals multiple times. Okay, so versus somebody like me, they would collect on me once, and once I got, because really what I need, if I really wanted to get off the streets and really wanted to like put my best foot forward, what I need stability. Not only environmental stability, but housing stability, which means that I need a garage to sleep in for me and the dog, so that I have a regular place, so that I can sit there and focus on what I need to focus on, instead of spending my whole day running around trying to get resources, and therefore it takes me longer to achieve the goals that I need to, versus just having that little bit of stability. I mean, I don't need somebody to coddle me or to hold my hands. And the thing is that the system is not geared up to help people like this. But with the great dispossession that's going to be happening, and that we're already on the process of experiencing, you're going to see a lot more people like me. I lost my business. That's the reason why I'm out here. I wasn't able to restart another business, and so therefore I took a different path. And, there's going to be a lot of people out here, that are going to be like that. There's a possibility of 90 million people becoming homeless. And with those 90 million people, how many of them are just going to be like, look, I just need to, go get back up on my feet. I'm good. It's just circumstance. I had no control over it. It's just the way that the cards fell. Because that's the way it's going to be for a lot of people, is that because the skyrocketing prices with inflation, and with all the fees, and where they're nickel and diming us to death, and most people don't even notice it. Like, for every dollar I get, these platforms, whether it be PayPal or whether it be Patreon or whether it be Cash App, they all take a percentage fee for being able to process my order. And it's not like you can just make a donation to my bank account where I wouldn't pay a single fee at all. But the thing is people are, because of the digital economy, more and more people aren't realizing the extra amount of money that they're spending on all these transaction fees when they go to buy things. And then what that does is that takes money out of the economy, that slows things down, and people have less money to spread around, because they're too busy getting nickel and dime by everybody that's processing their order on top of what it is that they do. I mean, you buy a new iPhone now, all of a sudden you got to spend $20 on a power block, because they only give you the cord. Oh, well, if you want a case, that's another, if you want to be able to have a screen protector to protect your phone, well, then that's going to be another. So in order to be able to buy the phone and have it properly outfitted, you're not, even if they offer it to you for free, they're still nickel and diming you for a couple $100. Okay. And, with all of this happening, the companies are getting greedy and figuring out ways to get more and more money from you. And so therefore you have less money to go around, which means it's going to have a domino effect on the rest of the economy, because the less money that is spread around and the more, centralized it is, the more everything slows down. But anyways, guys, like I said, I'm not feeling well. I've been sick for a couple days. I don't know if it's bronchitis or if I've got the beginnings of pneumonia. We'll find out by the end of this weekend. I should be in decent shape, but I did find a camp spot, and it's right next to a rail yard too. So I'm gonna, now that I'm kind of getting the lay of the land here, we may end up leaving way before March 21st for multiple reasons. And I'll talk about that later on, especially in the behind the scenes. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. You want to help out the channel, become a subscriber, leave a comment. I'm asking everybody this month if you can share every video that I post to all your social media, so that we can expand the influence and expand the views. This is a shorter month, so I need to make sure that I meet that criteria so I can get a payout for March as well. That's pretty much my motivation for it. Otherwise, I just say just let it grow naturally. But if you can't do that, otherwise everything else is down in the description. If you want to leave something in the tip jar, or you want to come on over to Patreon, I strongly encourage that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.